This program was made possible in part by the continuing contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.
Welcome to the Bloomington Kennedy Activity Center, where Keystone Productions proudly presents AAU basketball. Today we present the Gold Division Championship in the Meltdown tournament, featuring the Metro Stars 15 and under team and the Minnesota Suns 16 and under team. All the action is coming up momentarily. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Peden. This is the last AAU tournament to be hosted in Minnesota, and it's been quite an adventure. The Meltdown tournament, originally scheduled to be played in Hastings, was moved to Bloomington Kennedy about a week before the tournament began. And it's been a crazy day today. All 5 courts have been used. Several teams from out of Minnesota have come to play, but there's still a high level of talent here in the state, and you will get to see that with both teams today. We will now take you to the starting lineups. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Once again, we welcome you to the Bloomington Kennedy Activity Center, where you're going to see 2 young AAU teams compete in the Gold Division Championship. The Meltdown tournament has 4 divisions: the Platinum, Gold, Silver, and Bronze. We have covered the Platinum Division Championship earlier today, and now you're about to see the Gold. The starting lineups for both teams. For the Minnesota Suns, it is Kylie Gottsman, Jessica Fife, Jamie Noonan, Pamela January, and Katie Petit. And for the Metro Stars 15 and under team, the starting 5 will be Grace Vecker, Ellen Edison, Haley Tomford, Brooke Brown, and Erica Gress. The Minnesota Suns will be wearing white. The Metro Stars will be wearing black. And we've had quite an adventure today in the final AAU tournament in Minnesota this summer. After this, there will be some other AAU tournaments outside of the state. But otherwise, you will not be seeing any more high school ball until fall leagues, and then back in the winter when we start over with a new high school basketball season. Again, we play with 60-minute halves. No stoppage time. And here's the tip-off. Possession goes to the Minnesota Suns, and January with the fast break misses the layup, and so a quick opportunity wasted by the Minnesota Suns early. Not a good sign. We'll see how the Stars can respond. Vecker to Edison, to Brown. Edison for 3. No good. Rebound goes to Jessica Fife. January in trouble. Traveling violation on January. Oh, a slow start to this game. Just got underway. Addison to Tom Ford. Tom Ford up and not in. Rebound. Gottsman. Jump ball. Possession will stay with the Metro Stars. The Metro Stars, one of the top programs, AAU programs in Minnesota. A lot of high school players, as Gress is fouled. A lot of high school players will compete in AAU tournaments, play on AAU teams, just to stay on an AAU or a high school roster, but also to improve their skills over the summer between high school seasons. Tom Ford to Brown. Brown inside, no good. And so nothing has gone in so far in the opening minutes of this game. Vecker to inbound it. Tom Ford, short range, no good. Jump ball, possession this time will go to the Minnesota Suns. And both these teams, interestingly enough, feature players from suburban area schools. There is no one from a St. Paul or Minneapolis school competing in this game. Tom Ford to Brown. Count it! First basket of the game goes to the Metro Stars, and now Brooke Brown will have a three-point play opportunity. Brown, a 5'9" point guard out of Chaska High School. Chaska will be splitting into two schools relatively soon, Chaska and Chanhassen. Brown makes a three-point play, which was a contributing factor to Bob Downs' retirement from Chaska. For three, no good. That was Fife on the shot. Rebound Gress. Edison, short. January with the rebound. Metro Stars playing in a zone. Too strong, but Jamie Noonan cleans up her own mess. The 5'10" player from Richfield gets the Minnesota Suns on the board. Vecker, swish. Vecker from Edina, 5'2". January loses the ball. We have a fight for it. It could be a jump ball, and it is. Possession goes to the Minnesota Suns. January lost control of the ball, forced to scramble, and now the Metro Stars have a chance to increase the lead. Still early. Edison to Tom Ford. Brown, long two, in and out. Rebound, no good from Tom Ford, but the third time is a charm. Tom Ford, 5'8" player from Eastview. And they have a 5-point lead in the opening minutes. Becker with the steal. She could have numbers. She has an open Ellen Edison, but the pass was a little too strong. And the Metro Stars will keep possession, but what could have been a fast break opportunity was nullified by a pass that was a little off the mark. Tom Ford goes to Becker for three. Bullseye! Ellen Edison from Maple Grove sinks a three. It's now 10-2 in favor of the Metro Stars. Peden to Noonan. Noonan too strong. Out of bounds. It will stay with the Suns. Now, this tournament, I don't know how many scouts will be in this game, but this tournament was different from the other tournament we covered earlier, as Noonan went for the three, no good. NCAA scouts are allowed to attend the event and scout players. I don't know if they'll be scouting these players too much, as they're not at that prime age yet. But I did see some scouts in the NC Heat Minnesota Stars game earlier. Peden gets the ball stripped away, but possession will stay with the Minnesota Suns. The Suns are coached by James Fassett. Foul is called. Jamie Noonan draws it. Rachel Lights will get called for the foul. And so Jamie Noonan, a 5'10" forward from Richfield, will go to the free throw line. She has scored the only basket so far for the Suns. Misses her first free throw. Misses both. Minnesota Suns struggling early, but Jessica Fife cleans it up after missing the 2 free throws. And now Noonan with the steal. She has numbers. She'll take it herself. Can't get the layup. Rebound, and Hannah Hyla, no good. January comes up with it. We have a whistle. And a foul is called against the Metro Stars. It goes against Susie Thompson. We'll see a lot of substitutions in these games. Hyla with a shot, no good. And Rachel Lights picks it up. Thompson, short range shot is good. 8-point lead again for the Metro Stars. JB Noonan for 3, bullseye! Noonan with 5 of the Suns' 7 points. Now, Lights could not respond with a 3 of her own. Pamela January with the rebound. She'll take it herself. Not quite. Rebound. Brooke Brown. Weimer to Becker for 3. Bullseye! So the Metro Stars do get a response, even though it's a possession later, and we're back to an 8-point game. Both teams feeling themselves out right now. It's too early to say who's going to come out on top. Thompson drives through the lane, but the shot was rejected by Peden. Or Thompson. It was Peden who was rejected by Thompson. Metro Stars will keep possession. Becker to inbound it. It's been a busy day here at the Activity Center. Foul. Ellen Edison draws it. Brodisha Robinson will get called for it. Ellen Edison, a 5'9" guard out of Maple Grove, makes her first. Mr. Second. Up and not in. That was Weimer. They're still fighting for it. The Metro Stars now have a 3rd offensive scoring chance. But Lights throws it away. It's picked up by Peden. Peden to Jasmine Mendez. Noonan scored 5 of the 7 points to Robinson. Go long pass to Mendez, nearly picked off. Cross-court pass is usually not a wise idea. Mendez, layup attempt, no good. Lights with the rebound, and she takes it herself. The first double-digit lead for the Metro Stars. 15 and under team, it's 18-7. The Suns have not been able to find much of a response. Hyla's shot, no good. It will go back to the Metro Stars, who have been all over the Suns with 7:50 to go in the first half. We have a substitution. Erica Gress comes back in, replacing Susie Thompson. Gress, a 6-foot forward and center from Apple Valley. Weimer. To Tomford. Short range shot, short. Weimer picks it up. Edison one of the 3. Set goes to Weimer, who takes the 3. Too strong. Rebound Hyla. Hyla throws it away. Weimer picks it up, avoids the foul, and gets the layup. 20-7, the Metro Stars are doing what they want out there. Noonan for 2. That was no good. Jump ball. James Fassett not happy with the jump ball call. He's discussing his case with the referee. Suns will keep possession though. High left for 2, swish. First basket in a few minutes. And they need that right now. They do not have any momentum. Lights' shot was blocked. Picked up by the Suns. Noonan drives inside, draws the foul. It was before the shot, so the Suns will inbound it. Mendez will be doing that. The foul is on Tomford. Out of bounds again. It will stay with the Suns, and we will try this again. Jamie Noonan stepping out. Kieran Goggins, a 5'9" guard from Roseville, steps in. Peden. Short. Rebound by Robinson. She can't clean it up that time, but she draws the foul and will be going to the free throw line. The foul's against Erica Gress. Rhodesia Robinson, a 5'9" forward out of Cooper High School. Misses her first. Makes her second. Lead is 10 for the Metro Stars. Brown to Tomford. Tomford out to Brown. Gress going through the hole, too strong. Possession will remain with the Metro Stars. 5:56 to go in the first half. Out of bounds. Possession will remain with the Metro Stars. Suns trying to be a little more aggressive now. Erica Gress, she can't get the bounce. Picks up her own rebound though. And draws a foul. It will go against Jasmine Mendez. That will send Erica Gress to the line. Gress, a 6-foot forward center from Apple Valley. Makes her first. A lot of noise today. The Activity Center has 5 courts, and all of them are being used for this Meltdown tournament. A huge pool of teams registered for this tournament, the last in Minnesota, and some out of state. Peden draws the foul. Peden, a 5'7" forward from Howard Lake Waverly, will get 2 free throw shots. Makes her first. And her second. The lead is still 10. Mendez looking for the steal. She gets it, gets through the hole. Now it's a one-on-one with Becker. She stops, pops, swish. Brown weaves around, goes to Becker. Becker, difficult shot, no good. Tomford cleans up the mess. So far, the Metro Stars have used a big run to stay up in front. Peden loses the ball. 4:31 to go in the first. Score is 24-14 in favor of the Metro Stars. Brown, traveling violation. Mendez to inbound it, finds Peden. Peden goes back to Mendez. Right idea, just didn't go in. Mendez comes back, and her aggressiveness will earn her a trip to the free throw line. Foul is on Ellen Edison. Mendez, a 5'9" guard out of Hopkins High School. That name sounds familiar. A lot of notable high school players have come from there. Their biggest success in recent years has been Leslie Knight. She graduated from Hopkins in 2004, graduated from the U earlier this spring, and now will be playing overseas in Europe. She'll be dearly missed by the Minnesota fans, but nice to see the Hopkins alumni doing well. In the meantime, a current Hopkins student, Mendez, makes both free throws. It's an 8-point game. Tomford gets through traffic, no good. Mendez with the rebound. January off the mark. January has struggled early. And looks like we could be playing with running time. Tomford to Gress. Whistle. Oh, basketball got out on the court. A rogue basketball made its way onto the court. That's another problem you can have when you have 5 courts in one area. Foreign objects straggling their way, so they'll stop play. Or they did stop play. Gress no good, rebound Mendez. And now, Jessica Fife could not answer on the other end. Suns have had a few scoring chances, not been able to capitalize on all of them, and that has been the difference so far. Tomford for 3. Short. Rebound Mendez. She's been gnawing the boards in the last few minutes. Looks to make a basket for herself. Draws a foul. Goes back to the free throw line. Mentioned earlier, Mendez from Hopkins was 2 for 2 in her last trip. Misses her first. And that's another issue with all these teams, not just these two, but because they play so many games in the span of 3 days, fatigue can be an issue. Yeah, with pool play and then bracket play on the final day, these January no good. These teams will often play 5 or 6 games throughout the weekend. And it could be showing now. These are 2 younger teams. For 2, no good. Rachel Lights with the shot. Mendez picked it up, but was on the line. Out of bounds line was her enemy there. And so the Metro Stars will get another shot. Lights in trouble, finds Vecker. Back to Lights. Brown. Vecker. Could be taking their time. There's 2 minutes to go in the first. Lights gets through 2 players and can't come up with the basket. Mendez with another rebound. Fife for 3. No good. Rebound, Brown. Brown to Vecker. Vecker with the 15-footer. First back at his basket in some time. 26-16 with 1 minute and 30 seconds. Just about. Lights with the steal. She has Vecker open. Can she get to the basket in time? She tries a layup. No good. Mendez picks it up. Foul is called on Lights. Pushed Mendez out of bounds. We see Jamie Noonan back in the game for the Minnesota Suns. Mendez looked for Fife. Fife could not get there in time. Stars with another possession. Just over a minute. Brown. Looking. Loses the ball to Noonan. It's picked up by January. It's a 1-on-2. She's going to try to get around Weimer, but to no success. Weimer has it. Now Brown stops, pops, no good. Vecker cleans up the mess. 28-16. The Metro Stars have matched their largest lead of the game. 30 seconds. Lights with the steal. Weimer's wide open. Here she comes. Misses the layup. Short on the layup. Then she reaches in. That may have been a frustration foul. And the Suns will have 13.4 seconds to try to punch one more in before the half ends. And they need it. They have not been able to find much momentum in the first half. And with 13 seconds, the Stars are using a full court press. It works. Metro Stars will have a chance to increase their lead before the half ends. The full court press worked perfectly. Fife with the steal. 6 seconds. They have to hurry. Mendez with the ball. 3 seconds. 2. Mendez stops, pops short, and that is how the first half will come to an end. Metro Stars keeping Minnesota Suns at bay with a 28-16 lead at the half. We will come back shortly.
The Harding High School student you're about to meet pinpoints NBC's Tom Brokaw as his inspiration. And as you might guess, he's really into journalism. Michael Peden is also a member of the National Honor Society and manages somehow to find time to participate on the speech and theater teams. Education reporter Rhonda Kinchlow has this week's Academic All-Star.
That Hardy used it as a greater force.
He is not the loudest student in the classroom, but once you get to know Michael Peden, you realize he has a great voice in more ways than one.
What he cares about, he does. He with everything that's in him.
Mike doesn't try to do the right thing, he does the right thing, and that's a big deal.
Crowding elevators, what I've done here is, this is what not to do. They don't crowd elevators, so
Michael Peden is currently working on a video of what not to do when staying in a hotel, a very timely video for an upcoming school trip. In addition to television production, Michael can write. He writes for the school newspaper, The Beacon. One of his most memorable articles, some say, came straight from the heart.
One in particular, really from the heart, was one about autism that he did about 2 years ago, where he essentially went public with his autism spectrum disorder.
I talked about the struggles they've gone through because
Michael says part of the mystery of autism is that you can't see it. The disorder has not slowed him down any. He was voted Minnesota's High School Press Association's Journalist of the Year.
I sent an application that had both my newspaper and broadcast journalism pieces that I've done. So I'm really having a hard time tugging between the two because
Michael is president of the TV Production Club, member of the speech and theater teams, and it makes you wonder where he'll go after college.
Working for you guys?
Michael would like to attend the University of Minnesota. Now, if you'd like to nominate a high school senior for Academic All-Star, just email us at academicallstar@care11.com. Back to you guys.
I think he's too smart to work here.
I don't know. He can always we can always use the help.
Oh, what were you going to say? You could always be an anchor? Is that what you're going to say?
I tell you what, he was giving me tips.
Yeah, we could always use good help.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sharp kid. Thanks, Rhonda.
Yeah.
Bloomington Kennedy Activity Center, where Keystone Productions presents AAU basketball. You are watching the Gold Division Championship game between the Metro Stars 15 and under team and the Minnesota Suns 16 and under team. The Metro Stars have been all over the Minnesota Suns, rendering their offense ineffective. I'm Mike Peden, calling the play-by-play duties today and doing a little color commentary as well. Suns will inbound it. They are wearing white. Metro Stars wearing black. It appears the original five back out on the floor for both teams. Tomford with the steal. Metro Stars picked up right where they left off. Brown. No good. That's been another issue for both teams is shooting. Metro Stars have taken advantage of the scoring opportunities more often, but still a lot of short-range shots are not falling. Fatigue may be a reason for that. Both these teams, along with everybody else, have played several games this weekend. Peden, no good. Rebound Edison. Gress, too strong. January with the rebound. She struggled in the first half, did not score. Peden. Foul going to the free throw line. Peden, a 5'7" forward from Howard Lake Waverly. Makes her first. The Minnesota Suns are looking at a 12-point deficit, so they're going to have a lot of work to do if they want to come back and win this game. And it starts with plays like that. Peden makes both free throws. Now they need to come up with a stop on defense. Brown to Edison. Edison for three. No good. 3-point shooting, an issue for both teams today. Becker with the rebound, no good. Still fighting for it, goes to Brown. Brown draws a foul. Fouls against Kylie Gottsman. Brooke Brown, 5'9" point guard out of Chaska, goes to the line. Makes her first. And her second. Noonan and Gottsman. Noonan is fouled. Fouls on Gress. Noonan going to the free throw line. Jamie Noonan, a 5'10" forward out of Richfield. Makes her first. Gets the back end. Still a 10-point deficit. Tomford to Edison. Tomford back to Edison. Gress in trouble. Loses the ball. No, there's a scramble. They're fighting for it. Tomford's there. at the back end of the court to pick it up. Gress nearly lost it. Now Brown for three. No good. Peden with the rebound, and she gets fouled as she picks up the board. Foul is against Brooke Brown. Hannah Hyla to Fife. Pamela January scores her first basket of the game. 30-22 in favor of the Metro Stars black team. We've got a timeout. 30-second timeout. The first timeout that's been taken today by either team, with 13:18 to go in the second half. Minnesota Suns entered the half with a 12-point deficit. The Metro Stars have been struggling from the three-point line for the most part. Both teams not so good today in converting scoring opportunities, especially from short range. And we've got a cute side over there on the left side of the court, a kid practicing his basketball skills. The referees look a little hot. There isn't any AC in this gym. And in summertime weather, it can heat things up a bit inside as well, despite all the fans that have been blowing around. We resume play. Metro Stars have possession. Tomford to Gress. Tomford thought about a three. Drives inside, goes to Vecker. On the line. Swish. Vecker from Edina. It's 32-22. Fife for three. Bullseye. Suns have cut the lead to 7. Still a 3-possession game. Long pass from Tomford to Edison, and it gets stripped by Hyla, and Peden is fouled on the pass. Metro Stars have to be careful with fouls. They don't show fouls on these scoreboards, but you're given 6 fouls as a team. After that, you send your opponent to the free throw line, and that's not something you want to give the Suns, because they're looking to claw their way back. Noonan goes to Fife. Fife comes from the outside in. Her shot is blocked. Suns will keep possession. Hyla for three. No. Rhodesia Robinson fought for the rebound, but it goes to Brown. Vecker. Her pass was disrupted, I believe. It looked that way from here. And a turnover could turn into a goal and opportunity for the Minnesota Suns. We'll see what they can do on this possession. They can't do anything. Lights with the steal. Weimer. In traffic. Goes to Lights. Metro Stars will reset. Lights. Stops, pops, gets the roll. Noonan for three, cannot respond. Out of bounds, Metro Stars will take possession. A substitution coming in. Jasmine Mendez is replacing Jamie Noonan on the court. That's the other thing. Both these teams obviously want to win the Gold Division Championship, but they're also practicing and looking to improve their skills for high school play when it resumes in the winter. Weimer for three. Can't get the bounce. Fight for the rebound goes to Rhodesia Robinson. She gets caught with a traveling violation, though. She took a step back and fell over as she tried to find a target. Robinson with a little too much momentum. And the laws of physics forced a traveling violation. But Mendez with the steal. She's broken away. And she's fouled. Foul is on Brown. Mendez will go to the free throw line. More importantly, it stops the clock. There's still a lot of time left. But when you're trailing by 9, any clock stoppage is a good thing. But Mendez misses her first. And fouls only matter if you make your free throws. Misses both. Nothing doing on there, but Robinson fights the rebound. This time she hangs on to it before, and she'll take the shot. Swish! So she makes up for the missed free throws. On the other end, Lights takes it herself. She gets the basket from the mid-range. We're back to a 9-point lead. Now it's Hyla for 3, well short. Rebound by Tomford. Weimer. Suns playing zone. Weimer for 3. Bullseye! The lead is back to 12. Mendez to Peden. Stars playing a bit of a zone themselves. Peden, count it! The foul's on Weimer, and a 3-point play for Peden is at stake. Three-point play successful, so we're back to 9. Pace has been a little slower in this half so far. Tomford to Vecker. Vecker's fouled. She's going to the line. Vecker, a 5'11" forward from Edina. Edina sent a Division I recruit not too long ago. Or a couple of years ago, actually, Lauren Young. She played at Colorado State for 1 year, but has since transferred. Becker cannot make either free throw, and so a chance for the Minnesota Suns to claw their way back. They haven't taken advantage of those opportunities much in this game, though. We'll see if they can change that trend here. Peden to Robinson. Robinson from the paint. We have a timeout for the Suns. They're back to within 7. James Fassett potentially looking to see or gather his team together and develop a strategy for the final 9-17. There's still a lot of time left, so a 7-point deficit is nothing for the Minnesota Suns, at least not intimidating. Metro Stars, though, have kept the Suns from getting any closer than 7 in this half. As soon as it looks like the Suns are in striking distance, the Stars have found a way to keep them at bay with either the 3 or key shots. And they use that big run in the first half to stay up front. Vecker to Lights. Suns playing in the zone again. Tomford. To Lights to Tomford again. To Brown. To Lights for 3. Nothing. Rebound Gress to Tomford. Stops, pops, no. Gress with the rebound. Third time is not the charm. And Robinson picks it up. 3 scoring opportunities and nothing doing for the Metro Stars. Can the Suns respond? Mendez takes it herself. Swish. Suns have pulled back within 5. 2-possession game. This is the closest they have been in the second half. We'll see if it feeds them any momentum. Brown on the line, short. Rebound, Hyla. Karen Goggins back in. Ball is stripped. Stolen by Lights. To Brown. To Lights. Becker just behind the free throw line. It's good. 16-footer. The lead is again 7. Peden. Pass was tipped by Becker, so the Suns will keep possession. Robinson to inbound it. Becker and Lights are out. We see Edison and Thompson back in for the Metro Stars. January, no good. Rebound, Gress. Edison for 3. Bullseye! Drains it from the corner. Had a wide open look, took advantage of that, and that's how the Metro Stars have kept the Suns from getting any closer than 5 this half. Gress with the rebound overthrows Edison. And while the Metro Stars have a 10-point lead, they've had their share of mistakes. January works off the screen. Gress was looking for a charge, but to no avail. She was not set in time. And in order to get a charge, your feet have to be firmly planted on the court. You cannot be moving. January misses her first, though. If the referees believe you are moving, they will call a blocking foul every time. Sometimes you can sell the charge, though. Charge or not, though, Gress could call that good foul. January missed both free throws. Suns continuing their zone. I'm not sure why. They're down by 10. Although you could say their offense is the bigger reason why they're trailing by 10 rather than their defense, because the Stars haven't been hot from the floor like there as Brown misses the basket. Now highlight to Mendez. Mendez has an open look. She takes advantage of it. And that's what the Suns need to do if they want to claw their way back. But the Metro Stars continue to find a way to maintain their lead. Pass from Gress stolen by January. She has Peden open this time. Peden with a right-handed layup. The lead is 6. 2-possession game again. Plenty of time. 5:25 to go. A kickball. Becker comes back in, replacing Gress. Noonan comes in for the Suns, replacing Goggins. Thompson to Becker. Becker, long 2, no good. Tomford with the rebound. To Brown. Brown taking her time. There's 5 minutes left, no shot clock, so they could do that. She'll take a shot, no good. Rebound, Hyla. And a foul against the Metro Stars. Vecker picks it up. A little too aggressive there. Stars are playing more in a man type defense. And Peden is fouled as she tries to shoot the ball. Tomford came down, made contact. That's going to be called a foul every time. Peden at the line. This is critical. Missed her first. Free throws have been an issue for the Minnesota Suns. One reason why they haven't been able to come back from a 12-point deficit in this half. Makes her second, so again the lead is 5. This is the closest the Suns have been in this half. Weimer to Vecker. Vecker's shot is short. January touched it last, so the Metro Stars will keep possession. As I said before, neither team is really dominating one another. The Metro Stars have had more success in capitalizing their scoring opportunities, and that's why they're up. But the Suns continue to attack, and January picks up the steal. Stops, pops, off the board, no good. Rebound, Vecker. But she loses it, goes to Hyla. She misses. Now January gets the rebound and the foul. The Suns are not giving up. And James Fassett has to like the intensity he's seeing from his players, even in this final game of a weekend-long tournament. Again, free throws critical. January makes her first. It's a 4-point lead. If she makes her next one, she will cut the lead to a 1-possession game. Misses the second, but the rebound by Noonan, a little short on the shot attempt. Grice with the rebound. Each play now is huge. It's a 4-point game. Wright's shot was blocked by Hyla. Now the Suns have a chance to cut this lead into a 1-possession fight. But Mendez's shot is short. Grice with the rebound. 3:38 to go. Some late game excitement here in the Gold Division Championship. Every possession is huge now. Shot no good. Gress with the rebound. Count it. Gress has served as the rebounding presence for the Metro Stars today. Has a chance to bring this lead back to a 3-possession game. But she misses her free throw. All the Suns came in on the ball, nearly gave up the rebound. Mendez out about 3, pump fakes, goes for a 2, and now she's going to the line. (46-40), Metro Stars out in front. Mendez misses her first. Free throws have not been a strong point for the Minnesota Suns today. We'll see if it costs them later on in this game. Mendez misses both. That could come back to haunt them with only 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the second half. Noonan with the steal. She's wide open, and she's not going to miss too many of those. That's a 4-point game again. Brown, left alone. 3 players converge on her, and she's going to the free throw line with 2:43 to go. makes her first. She cannot bring this out to a 3-possession game regardless if she makes the second one or not. Doesn't minimize how important free throws are though, as she makes both. It's a 6-point lead. It's still a 2-possession game though. January, left-handed layup is good. 4-point game again, 2:30 to go. The Suns and Stars trading baskets. The Suns don't want to be doing that right now with the Stars. The Stars are trying to keep their lead alive and their hopes of a championship. Tomford in trouble, loses the ball. Noonan is broken away. One-on-one, here she comes. Layup is short. Metro Stars will take possession. A big opportunity for the Suns, and they could not capitalize with 2 minutes to go. That has been the story this game. (48-44). Timeout, Metro Stars. You could see signs of fatigue showing up on both teams with 1:51 left. An exciting game for two younger teams in the gold division. The Suns were down by as much as 12 this half and have slowly but surely fought their way back to a 4-point game. 4-point deficit. The Stars, meanwhile, have come through with baskets when they've needed to keep the Suns from pulling within one possession. The Suns have not done that at all in this half. And if you're Steve Ryder with this 15 and under team, a win here in the gold division would mean a lot as they wrap up the Minnesota AAU season. Grass. Edison's open. Short. Rebound. Grass. She gets fouled. Count it. Mendez with the gets called for the foul. Grass has a 3-point play again. She could make this a 3-possession game, which is huge with 1:43 to go, and she does. 51-44. Suns are running out of time. January stops, pops, swish. But the time continues to run. They need a stop if they want to catch the Metro Stars. It's a 2-possession game. Brown to Tomford. Tomford to Edison. Edison's open. Gets the kiss off the glass with 1:09 to go. January stops, pops, swishes again. Less than a minute. Suns could be playing foul and chase here with 57.9 seconds to go. They had a foul to give, so they're going to use that to stop the clock and try to force a turnover. 57.9 seconds. And the defensive stop is exactly what the Suns got. Metro Stars throws it away. Becker missed her target. Oh, and a basketball found its way on the court again. That's the second time a foreign object. Well, really not a foreign object, but an object not associated with this game has found their way onto the court, so they will try it again. No time off the clock. Noonan, quick three. Short. Rebound, Gress. And January comes in with the foul with 51 seconds. Suns, again, having fouls to give, will use them to stop the clock. This is the time to do it. Stars in trouble again. So Steve Ryder calls timeout with 51 seconds. A two-possession game, but still a lot of time left. This game isn't quite over yet. An exciting finish to the gold division. And for the small contingency of fans that have appeared, I'm sure this is how they wanted their AAU season in Minnesota to end. Now, the AAU season in general is not finished yet. There will be a few more tournaments out of state. In fact, the Minnesota Stars, after finishing their AAU, their Platinum Division game with NC Heat, took a bus and headed for Cincinnati, which is where they're going now for an AAU tournament over there. "51 seconds. Becker to inbound it. Finds Brown. Now they're playing Globetrotter-like ball to keep the clock running. Edison waiting for the foul, and she gets it, taking off 8.9 seconds off the clock in the process. Suns out of fouls to give now, so the Metro Stars will be in the bonus. So the referees thought. They went back to the scorecard. Turned out the Suns still had a foul to give. Again, the Suns playing foul and chase with 38.9 seconds. One advantage of not fouling early is now you can use them to stop the clock. And now it appears the Suns are out of fouls to give, and will go to the free throw line with 33.2 seconds. Brown makes her first. If she makes the next one, it will likely be the finishing blow for the Minnesota Suns in their hopes to win the Gold Division Championship. Misses the second. January with the rebound. It's still a two-possession game. Stars do not want a foul. They want a stop. And they get it. That should do it. No, it doesn't. Mendez jumps out with a strip, and she is fouled with 20.6 seconds to go. She'll be going to the free throw line. Suns have not done well from the free throw line, though. And their free throw woes continue. Mendez misses her first. Lane violation. So the Stars will get possession. A bad trip to the free throw line for the Suns. Here comes Edison to grasp. They're just going to run out the clock. And it looks like this game has been wrapped up with 10.8 seconds to go. What this game came down to today were scoring opportunities. The Minnesota Suns having trouble at the free throw line, not taking advantage of as many scoring opportunities as the Metro Stars did, and that is what made the difference in this game. Tomford with the rebound. Brown with the ball. Metro Stars content to run out the clock, and they will win the Gold Division Championship in the Meltdown tournament here at Bloomington Kennedy with a score of 54-48. Metro Stars, they bent, but they did not break, and that was the difference in today's game. Minnesota Suns fought hard. They were able to cut the lead back to 4, but in the end, they could not get enough opportunities or take advantage of enough opportunities. And the Metro Stars will march out of here with the Gold Division Championship trophy and a big confidence booster as the AAU season comes to a close in Minnesota. But an exciting finish in the Gold Division Championship. You have to give credit for both teams for the effort they put into it. That will do it from here. Again, the final score, the Metro Stars 15 and under team 54, Minnesota Sun 16 and under team 48. Metro Stars, your 2008 Gold Division Championship for the Meltdown tournament. For everyone here at Keystone Productions, this is Mike Peden. Until the winter, so long everybody.
This program was made possible in part by the continuing contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.